break the ring down.
Woo! You don't know what hard times are, Daddy.
The cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass. You just made the list.
This right here is a family.
Hey, this is professional wrestler and professional podcaster Colt Boom Boom Cabana.
My name is Killer Cross.
This is The Smoke Show, Scarlett Bordeaux.
What's up, guys? The F Machine, Brian Cage.
This is Ryan from Pro Wrestling Tees.
Sadly, you are not listening to The Art of Wrestling, but you made a decent choice because you're listening.
You are now listening to...
And you're listening
to Breaking Down the Ring.
Breaking Down the Ring.
Breaking Down the Ring.
Breaking Down the Ring.
Breaking Down the Ring. Break it down.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We are doing our predictions for AEW's Double or Nothing pay-per-view. That pay-per-view is coming up. Go to ProWrestlingScorecards.com. You go to the AEW thing and Double or Nothing scorecard, and then you can click on to send you to the digital beta, which can get you into all of the factions that are going on right now. You can see just how good you are doing up against the people of the Pro Wrestling Scorecard community. We are where you want to be, ladies and gentlemen. So again, go to ProWrestlingScorecards.com. You can get your own scorecard, fill it out yourself. And that's all we're doing today. This Sunday show that we have coming up, we're going to talk a lot about the Dark Side of the Ring season finale with Owen Hart. We're going to talk about a lot of the things going on with social media because of that, including backlash against some people, including Martha Hart, of course, Kevin Dunn, Vince McMahon. But we'll get on all of that on Sunday's show. This one, we're just making the predictions for the pay-per-view for Double or Nothing. AEW's first foray into pay-per-view since the contactless, crowdless type regimen that is going on due to the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic across the world. This is AEW's first foray. So there's a lot of things talking about this pay-per-view going into it, especially after the final AEW Dynamite on TNT. There seemed to be a lot of injuries that played out, one of which was just a hard bump taken. A couple others seemed to be like it could fuck up two matches pretty badly into this. And we'll get into that. So let's talk about a little bit of Ray Phoenix did a dive off the top of the rope to the outside of the ring, supposedly landing on a strong majority of the people that are going to be in the casino ladder match. And he didn't go far enough. He landed on his legs, hit the group of people, and then his back just splat on the mat on the outside of the thing. A lot of people are saying that it just a hard bump knocked the wind out of him. They got him out of the way and stuff. He should still be good to go. Another one is the Chris Statlander and the woman who is facing Nyla Rose for her AEW Women's Championship, Hikaru Shida. They did a move where they had Nyla Rose on top of them, and then they did a Death Valley driver her into Britt Baker, who was in the corner. Well, they didn't go flush into Britt Baker. They kind of went sideways, and Britt's knee was up, and Nyla Rose landed on it, and it just went wonky to the point where Nyla Rose dragged her into the corner in a couple more minutes of the match, dragged her into the corner to do a tag, and the doctor was just all over her. Referee Aubrey and the doctor had to help walk her up to the back to get away from everything. The next final match was during the final of AEW Dynamite. We saw the return of the Young Bucks and Adam Page inside of the stadium where they're going to be holding the Stadium Stampede match. Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson hit dives from the stands to why can't I remember? Ortiz and
Pride and Powerful.
Yeah, Pride and Powerful. I was trying to remember their fucking name in AEW. Pride and Powerful. Santana and Ortiz. And apparently during that, Matt Jackson broke his rib. So again, another major thing going into the pay-per-view that is coming up. So we're just going to talk about what we have now. These are obviously our picks for now. If there's any adjustments to the matches that are coming on, we will obviously make a post about what our things have changed into that. If there's any major match, like Britt Baker has to be out. If there's something changing with Matt Jackson being involved in the Stadium Stampede match. So we're going to start off with this. Smitty, you're going to start off for me, and then we're going to go Z, and then Nick. The buy-in pay-per-view, the buy-in part of the pay-per-view, their pre-show. Private Party versus Best Friends. Smitty.
I got Best Friends winning by pinfall. Trent Beretta pinning Mark Quinn. 9 aerial moves.
All right. Nick.
Very similar to Smitty's. I've got Best Friends pin Trent Beretta pinning Mark Quinn with 7 aerial moves.
All right. And Z. You have to unmute yourself, sir.
That's what I'm trying to do. Now I got to go back to the fucking thing. This sucks. All right, so I got Best Friends winning by pinfall. Chuck Taylor pinning Mark Quinn with 7 aerial moves.
All right. I have Private Party as well going over.
Nobody has Private Party going over.
Oh, sorry. I have Private Party going over. Sorry. By pinfall, Isaiah Cassidy pinning Trent Beretta, and I have 8 aerial moves for that match. The next one, I'm trying to share this to Twitter as well. So give me a second, guys. More options. Link. There we go. Up the next match is a match that was announced on AEW Dynamite in the Sean Spears Network or Sean Spears News, where he said that he wanted to face Dustin Rhodes. So because he said it, they had to make it official. And literally right after the segment ended, they allegedly made it official. There was no discussion. It just happened, which is something that if you saw in WWE, the AEW fans would shit all over. So it was okay because it was in AEW. Totally fine. Sean Spears versus Dustin Rhodes. Nick, you're going to start this one, then Z, then Smitty, so on and so forth.
All right, I've got I actually have Sean Spears by pinfall, and a chair will be used as a weapon.
All right. Z.
I also have Sean Spears winning by pinfall. Yes, the chair will be used as a weapon.
All right. Smitty.
This is where I'm going to kind of differ here. I got Dustin Rhodes winning by pinfall. And yes, the chair is still going to be used as a weapon.
All right. I have Sean Spears by pinfall. No for the chair being used as the weapon. Smitty, why are you thinking Dustin might go over on this one?
Because it seems like Dustin is like after he loses, he usually gets a big win back. The way they've been booking him in AEW,
Real 50-50.
Yeah, he's probably the only person they've really been to book at 50-50 in that whole company.
All right, Nick, why are you thinking that it's a Sean Spears match?
I just get this feeling that Dustin's there to, get Sean Spears over. Spears had made a comment during his news broadcast that he's on the cusp of being in the top 5 in contention for the AEW World Title. So I think they're going to kind of roll with that.
All right, Z, what about you?
I just feel like Sean Spears needs to win this match. Otherwise, he's just playing the same role in AEW that he was playing in WWE, only with slightly more TV time.
I agree, 100%. That's exactly what I was thinking about this match. I 100% believe that this man is the exact same thing he was in WWE in AEW. And it's not helping him that they're bringing in all these WWE stars up into this that are going to make some sort of an impact. And it just seems to be pushing him a little bit further down the line as it goes. Next, MJF versus Jungle Boy match. Z, you're going to start this one off, then Smitty, then Nick, then myself.
All right, so I have MJF going over Jungle Boy by submission with 7 aerial moves, yes to outside interference, and yes to a pre-match run.
All right, Smitty.
I have the exact same thing. MJF winning by submission, 7 aerial moves, yes to an outside interference, yes to a match promo.
All right.
A pre-match promo.
Nick. Yeah. Nick.
I actually have Jungle Boy winning this one by pinfall with 5 aerial moves, yes to outside interference, and yes to a promo.
All right. I have MJF by submission, 5 aerial moves, yes to outside interference, yes to pre-match promo. Nick, why are you going with Jungle Boy?
I kind of feel like Jungle Boy's gotten the short end of the stick in a lot of his matches, especially when it comes to singles runs. MJF is, I think it said 9-0 or 10-0 in 2020 so far.
11 now.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I was a little on the fence because I was like, well, maybe they'll let MJF run with that undefeated streak. But I don't know. I just feel like it's Jungle Boy's time to kind of get over on one of the bigger names in AEW.
All right. Smitty, why are you calling MJF for this one?
Because I think they were ready to give MJF that push for a title, whether it's going to be at Moxley or depends also if Cody wins. MJF ride him away from momentum, puts him in condition of either belt if he wins this match.
All right, Z, what did you go with? Why did you go with your picks?
I went with MJF just because, I mean, it just seems like they're, heavy on him being a heel and him getting a dirty win here against a fan favorite. This helps with the heat that he naturally gets for being himself. But also, I mean, he's got the undefeated streak. They're trying to build him up into something. A loss doesn't really hurt Jungle Boy, here, and it could potentially set up a feud between Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus and Wardlow and MJF. So.
Nice. All right. I think MJF is their upper and comer. I think that he's in the line for something in the very near future inside of AEW, and that's why I went with him. There's a reason he's 11-0 right now. He's only behind, I want to say, Moxley, who is undefeated, and I believe he's 20-0 or something like that. Something major, something crazy. So,
I thought he's behind Cody too. Is he behind Cody as well or no?
Is Cody undefeated right now?
This year.
All right. I have the roster pulled up. They don't have the rankings on. Oh, there it is. There's a different area for the rankings. I apologize. AEW rankings as of May 20th. So Mox 10-0. Cody's. This is what blows me away. Cody's 9-1. Lance Archer is 5-0. Brody Lee is 5-0. Kenny Omega is 4-0. Darby Allin is 6-3. So, like, MJF as a singles competitor, is what I thought it said, is 11-0. Why is he not on this list?
That's another reason I think he's going over on Saturday.
My answer is because rankings matter.
Wait, so he's not even in the top 5?
He's not even in the top of the rankings. I'm scrolling to it. Okay. His career 9-1, 2020 overall, he's 6-0.
Okay,
and the blemish was a 4-on-4 match that he did not lose. It was his team lost.
Now, I mean, granted, he should be into top 10 for sure, but and maybe like the bottom part of 5. I mean, granted, probably number 1 looking at the rest of the rankings, but if you went by strength of schedule, he would still be in the top 10, right? Like,
his 2020 overall is 6-0. It's 4-0 in singles competition. So Kenny Omega's at 4-0, and he's above Darby Allin, who's in there. And I understand not being above 5-0 Brody Lee, 5-0 Lance Archer, and 9-1 Cody. And again, Cody, I don't understand why he's even in the rankings for the AEW championship, because he can't play for it. He can't fight for it. It's done. He is officially out of it. Now, granted, this is just men's rankings, and that's fine if that's what you're going to go by for men's rankings. But the problem is that
That sounds like a lawnmower.
That's the Z realize. The problem is then you get into it, and if Cody's 9-1 and Lance Archer is 5-0, and you got to admit, Lance Archer is 5-0 from this tournament that's been going on to become the TNT champion. So these are rankings that are pushing him up week by week. MJF has been out of it, I guess, but he still has a win this week, so it's not like he came back and then started losing. I don't, and that's where I get so frustrated with these rankings because I don't understand what they matter. They can't matter to me. You know, I get that Brody Lee's he's technically the number one guy of the two people above him that can go for this belt because he's 5-0. Kenny Omega is obviously tag team. It's just, it's weird to me, you know.
So what I was getting at was what I was thinking is that, like Z said, a strength of schedule thing is like MJF is not really beating anybody major. He's been on Dark or he's been on Dynamite beating a jobber or two, or somebody just been there. This is probably their first or second match on Dynamite.
And if that's the case, I'm okay with it. But they need to fucking say that.
Right. It's something that's really throwing us all off because no one knows what these rankings mean and if there is a strength of schedule. Because I agree.
Right.
He said that way in the beginning of it.
Well, right. And I was gonna say like that if it's on AEW Dark, is that like you're the preseason champion because you're 6-0, but you didn't really beat anybody on live TV, so it doesn't count?
Well, the Dark matches, unless it's a lights out, they still go towards your ranking because Marco Stunt is right now, I believe, like 1-1 or 1-2 or something like that. He won a match on Dark, and when his logo came up on Dynamite, he had that win from Dark on there.
He's 1-3 right now, singles.
Yeah, like 1-3.
Is this like MLB All-Star game? You have to have so many innings played, or you're not considered in contention. Like you have to have wrestled so many matches. That's why. I mean, I'm not saying this is right, but they could at least like use this as a cop out. Like, oh, he's only wrestled 10 matches, whereas the other guys have wrestled 30. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So yeah, his 6-0 record doesn't count. I don't fucking know.
I'm saying this. Things like more so who you beat, not the fact that you're winning, to affect some of these rankings.
Which is weird to me. I mean, it makes sense if that's what you're going to do, but if that's not what you're going to say, things matter. Then I don't get it. All right, so next match, Dr. Britt Baker versus Chris Statlander. Smitty, we're going to lead off with you.
I'm keeping my choice the same for this one, just on the fact that we don't know Britt Baker's status at the moment. And I have Britt Baker
now this match, hold on before he goes. This match may not even be happen on the card. It may become Chris Statlander versus someone else because Britt Baker couldn't go on. Again, if something changes in this, we'll definitely reassess our picks.
So I'm gonna stick with this unless like cards subject due to change, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, so I'm still gonna stick with Britt Baker by submission. 3 minutes before the boop, and match over 15 minutes. Yes.
All right, Nick.
All right, so for this one, I didn't change anything regardless of any injuries or anything. I have Chris Statlander by pin 1 minute before the boop, and the match will not go over 15 minutes. I will say, though, that I did read about an hour before we went on that they're thinking Britt Baker has an ACL injury. So
yeah,
again. Bad news.
I mean, Nyla Rose landing on you. It's not like she's a small woman. So I agree. Z.
She was never a small man either. I have Britt Baker winning by submission, 5 minutes to the boop, and I've been having trouble deciding whether or not this match will go over 15 minutes, but I'll stick with my original answer. So yes, it'll go over 15 minutes.
You said yes?
Yeah.
All right. I have Britt Baker by submission, 3 minutes for the time before the boop, and no for a match going over 15 minutes. And again, like Nick said, read something possible ACL tear. So if there's any change to any part of this card, we will post what everything changed, just like Pro Wrestling Scorecards will post when things change, because that's how fucking good they are. So we'll move on to the next match. Big one, Stadium Stampede match. The Elite of Kenny Omega, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, Adam Hangman Page, and Matt Hardy against the Inner Circle, which is obviously Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, Pride and Powerful, Santina and Ortiz, and of course, Jake Hagar. Bunch of fun, different types of extras on this match. I can only imagine how much fun that the Pro Wrestling Scorecards people had with this. Nick, we're going to start off with you.
All right, so I've got the Elite going over here, 9 super kicks. It was a little bit tough to pick these extras. I have the match will not go over 30 minutes. There will be blood.
There will be blood.
There will be blood. There will be a move off the goalpost. This one took me a minute. I put Hangman will not turn on the Elite. I don't know if that's necessarily the right pick, but I'm going with he won't do it, and there will be a golf cart used.
All right. Mr. Z.
All right. So I have the Inner Circle winning. I literally wrote too many super kicks, but in actual numbers, I'll go. Well, there's like 5 members of the Inner Circle, 2 super kicks apiece. Let's go with like 13.
Okay, 13.
The match will be over 30 minutes. Wrestler will bleed. Move will be done off goalpost. Hangman will turn on the Elite and become the new member of the Inner Circle, and the golf cart will be used.
All right. Smitty.
So I have this one was fun for me to do. So I had Matt Hardy with the Elite going over 15 super kicks because I've watched many Young Bucks matches.
How many did you say? 15?
Yeah. Match will go over 30 minutes. A wrestler will bleed. There will be a move off the goalpost because I think Omega's taking that dive. Hangman will not turn on the Elite, and the golf cart will be used.
I have a question.
What?
If one of the Jackson brothers is unable to compete, I would like to cut my number of super kicks in half.
Again, as soon as we find out about stuff, things will change depending on the match stuff.
But see, I wouldn't. Oh, sorry. I was even if that was the case, Kenny Omega will make up some of those super kicks if Matt can't compete, or Hangman, because they both throw them like crazy as well.
I want to change my number to 23 super kicks.
Seriously?
I forgot that everyone in the match throws a super kick.
So you're going 23?
No, I'll go. It's lucky number 21. Let's go 21.
21?
I do need to change mine too. Sorry.
Okay, what?
I'm going to go 16.
I did it again. Everyone's changing their answer.
No, changing mine. I actually have the lowest now. I have the Inner Circle going over 14 super kicks. Yes, for the match going over 30 minutes. Yes, for a wrestler bleeding. Yes, for a move off the goal post. No for Hangman turning on the Elite. And will a golf cart be used? Fuck yeah, it will. Yeah, fuck yeah, it will.
Attempted murder.
Nick, why do you have your picks as the way that you have them, as I asked you while you're drinking a beer?
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I don't. Honestly, I just feel like with the current state of the Elite and the questions about Hangman and his loyalty to them, and the Inner Circle has been running shit since AEW hit TV. There really hasn't been any type of stable that has really been able to kind of keep up with them in any fashion. So I just think, and then the addition of Matt Hardy, I just think it just makes sense. And then all the extras, I mean, they're just going to go balls to the wall here. I think we might see not necessarily a cinematic piece similar to WWE, but something along that same line, because it's not your traditional match by any stretch of the imagination. It's in the middle of an complete empty stadium. So, I think it's going to be fun to watch, to be honest. I'm pretty excited for it.
Z, what about you with your picks?
I picked the Inner Circle because I think it's too soon to have the babyface be triumphant over the super heel. And, I mean, the whole point of the Inner Circle is to get these younger kids over. Not saying that they're not already because of Jericho, but in order to keep them – again, it's like MJF winning. It's almost like they have to win to continue to be the super heel that they are right now as a faction.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's why I just naturally picked them to go over it some way, shape,
right.
or form.
Smitty.
I went with the Elite because, like, they said postpone the whole Blood and Guts. So if the Elite do get a win here, after all the shit they've gone, it's only just one notch leading up to the whole Blood and Guts thing, which is eventually still supposed to happen.
Yeah. I have the Inner Circle winning because a combination of what Z and Smitty said. To continue this feud, there has to be some sort of something to make the good guys come out at the end of it. Being obviously the Elite. So the Inner Circle should be winning this match if we're going to continue and go to a Blood and Guts match. You can't have the Elite win right now because it doesn't make any sense. Why would they continue? Obviously, that would mean there's dissension in the Inner Circle. I don't think that is going to have any dissension into it, and therefore to keep this going, I think Inner Circle needs to be the ones that go over in this match. Up next is the Casino Ladder match. Now, again, if you've seen a Money in the Bank match in WWE, you have a strong idea of what this Casino Ladder match is going to be. However, it's still going to be a little bit different. It's starting off with two members, and then other participants in the match are coming in at different intervals. This match could end before every participant reaches that comes in to end this match, because as soon as someone grabs the chip at the top, similar to the Money in the Bank briefcase, it's a casino chip up at the top, that's when the match will end. So it could definitely end before all of it. There is a surprise entrant that's not going to be announced until the Double or Nothing pay-per-view. As it stands right now, Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, Rey Fenix, Luchasaurus, Scorpio Sky, Kip Sabian, Frankie Kazarian, and then the mystery entrant that is going to be in the Casino Ladder match. Z, we're going to start off with you with this one.
Oh, come on. I wanted to know who you guys thought the mystery entrant was going to be.
All right, man, we're rotating. Nick went first last time.
What they get to cash in for a shot at the world title, right?
Yep, just like Money in the Bank, it's for a future AEW championship match.
All right, I'm gonna go with the mystery entrant winning.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't know who the mystery entrant is going to be. So we're going to skip that one, and we're going to go to first to touch the chip. Will be Luchasaurus. The last to touch the chip and lose will be Darby Allin. Ends before the ninth entrant. No. Coffin drop from the ladder. Yes. And my mystery entrant, after having a squash match with fucking that little jungle guy, he's going to come into this match to be the secret ninth entrant to the MJF. That's what I'm going with.
You forgot how many.
I'm getting there. I'm going to go with nice even number. Let's go 20 aerial moves.
Woo, baby. Okay.
Yep.
Smitty.
Yeah, so this one, I think it was the hardest one to actually do. I got Darby Allin winning. Mystery entrant, I think there's going to be a debut. I think we might get somebody like East. I was thinking like flip the coin, literally said EC3 or Rusev, and landed on EC3.
Yeah.
First to touch the chip will be Scorpio Sky. Last to touch the chip and lose will be Orange Cassidy. Ends before ninth entrant, no. Coffin drop from the ladder, yes. Aerial moves, I have 25.
All right. Nick.
All right, so I have Darby Allin winning. I like the idea of him winning this match and going against Moxley eventually. I think that would be a great match to see. Mystery entrant. I had a tough time, and I'm sorry my neighbor just decided to cut his fucking grass. So I'll keep this quick.
Happens.
I had a tough time with the mystery entrant. I had to go with Lance Archer. I had talked about that last week on the show. So Lance Archer for a mystery entrant. First to touch the chip will be Scorpio Sky. Last to touch the chip is going to be the mystery entrant. The match is going to end or will not end before the ninth entrant. And there will be a coffin drop from the ladder and not 13 aerial moves. I wanted to change that. 16 aerial moves.
All right. So for me, I have the mystery entrant winning as well. The way Zista was figuring out things in his head as he was going along, filling this out, is exactly how I'd already figured it out. MJF is going to be your mystery entrant. Kip Sabian is I have as the first to touch the chip. Last to touch the chip and lose is Orange Cassidy. The match will not end before the ninth entrant. There will not be a coffin drop from the ladder. I think the coffin drop might be from somewhere else. And I have 17 for the aerial moves going into this. We're kind of split on the winners here. Z and I have MJF, the mystery entrant. Smitty and Nick have Darby Allin. Smitty, why are you thinking Darby Allin's going to be the one to go over?
Because they've been kind of teasing a heel turn for Darby Allin with some after the whole TNT tournament, with the whole TNT leading up into during the TNT tournament, and his little vignettes on Dynamite has been kind of maybe just going for a heel turn and hey, he's open. He's got the skill. He's proven since that whole draw thing that he can actually put on good matches.
Right.
And I think he's kind of due for a push.
One of these days, I'm going to figure out when you're done talking and not try to cut you off. But it's so difficult. Z, you went through the motions and basically came out with the same thing that I went. So in your thought process, why did you end up thinking MJF is going to be the winner and the mystery entrant?
Because of the exact conversation we just had about him being 6-0 and not being in the top 10 rankings. Like, it just, as I'm filling it out, it just hit me like, oh, okay, got it. Like, it just makes so much sense. Plus, he's a perfect fucking mouthpiece for it. He's a fucking douchebag heel with a big-ass bodyguard, and it's believable that he could cash that thing in at any minute, any time. And it gives him a reason to be on TV and run his fucking mouth. It's perfect.
Can't argue with you there, sir. Up next is the inaugural TNT Championship match. It's the finale for it. The belt being introduced by the one and only Iron Mike Tyson. It's Lance Archer with Jake the Snake Roberts versus Cody Don't Call Me Rhodes with Arn Anderson and Brandy Rhodes, mainly Arn Anderson. Smitty, what do you got?
I got Cody winning by pin, 6 near falls, 23-minute match time. Archer does not attack Tyson at any time.
Okay, Nick. Yeah, I could. That was weird ending. The weird inflection at the end. Archer does not attack Tyson at any time. It seemed like a comma rather than a period. Go ahead, Nick. What's your lawn mowing neighbor?
All right. Hold on. I clicked the wrong thing. Okay, so I've got Cody going over here. Pinfall, 8 near falls, 19-minute match time, and Archer will attack Mike Tyson.
Z.
I got the Murderer, Baron Corbin. I'm sorry. I got the Murder Hawk, Lance Archer, going over. I have Archer winning by submission, 6 near falls, 25-minute match. No, the Murder Hawk will not attack Tyson.
All right. I am going to have Cody win. Not going to. I already have him. I think Cody's going to go over. Pinfall, 8 near falls, 16-minute match time. And yes, Archer will attack Iron Mike Tyson at some point, which is why Cody's going to kind of win this. Z, you have Archer going over. Everyone else has Cody. Why do you think Archer is going to be the winner?
The way they're building him up right now, I mean, the guy's a fucking monster. He can move in the ring, and he's like basically incapacitated. Yeah, I think I said that correctly. Every opponent he's had so far. So my thought process.
Incapacitated.
There you go. That's
you said okay. I was like capacitated. All right.
Yeah, I'm talking in electronic lingo, I guess. But Lance Archer is going to be your champion. Jake St. Roberts going to be his mouthpiece, which is fucking phenomenal. And he's going to put his submission move on Cody, and Cody's going to pass out. Cody's not going to tap, but Cody's going to end up passed out in the middle of the ring, and then it gives Jake more fuel as he's talking, like, oh yeah, we told you we were going to whoop your ass. Guess what? We whooped your ass. So it gives Cody a storyline going forward with Archer getting redemption over getting dominated by this fucking monster.
All right. Nick, why do you have Cody going over?
Well, I think that Cody can go over, and Lance is still going to look strong. I just don't see them not giving Cody the opportunity to run with this mid-card title. I can see why they didn't give him the main title, but I think it gives him a chance to – I mean, we obviously know who Cody Rhodes is. We know that he's proven himself as one of the leaders of this company, but I think giving him a title just kind of cements that, and I just think it works. And I also have Lance Archer as the mystery guest that's going into the ladder match. So
I have a question. Cody doesn't really need a title. Like,
right.
He's the boss, so to say. So he doesn't really need a title. Like, a guy like Lance Archer that you're trying to get over as, he's the one big guy. Like, everyone was talking about, like, hey, is AEW going to sign some big guys? Well, this is your one big guy so far, other than, Luchasaurus. But you kind of want to bring him in and make him a champ and get him over. Cody's already over. Cody's going to be a champion in AEW at some point. We all know this. In fact, he's probably going to hold all the titles at some point, but now it's not the time.
Can't hold all the titles. I mean, allegedly he can't, but you're right. It's very possible he still could. Never say never.
Right. Yeah, right. There's always some way they're working in an angle. I'm just saying, right now, Cody doesn't need to win. Cody coming for redemption after, not only did you say, shit about my wife, but then you kicked my ass. Like, then they show like vignettes of Cody training and blah, blah, blah for the next pay-per-view against Josh. And then maybe he takes the title. But I just think Cody doesn't need it. And it benefits Lance more winning this match than it benefits Cody.
I do agree with that. I just think that with the TNT branding on the title, and to put another familiar face associated with that is just, I just think it looks good.
My thought process on this is the exact opposite of yours, Z. The only person, the variable in this match is Mike Tyson. Especially when Arn Anderson said in the promo on Wednesday that Mike's going to be allowed to be around the ring, roam the ring, and everything like that. Iron Mike Tyson is what you're building Lance Archer up to be. Can then only be stopped by somebody of larger scale dominance, bigger force, being Mike Tyson. So therefore, Lance Archer losing because something happened with Tyson, which not put him on, wobbly legs or something like that, is the only way Cody can actually beat him. And then down the line, give Cody this title for the month. Like you said, Nick, it's TNT's name. They're putting it on it. It's an established star that's starting off this title. And then you have Lance Archer come and win in the next month, or the next pay-per-view, or at a Dynamite fucking Wednesday. Cody can just be the first holder, and only have it for 3 days. And Lance Archer being the only reason you won is because Tyson was right here. If Tyson wasn't here, you wouldn't have won. I'm the biggest, baddest, blah, blah, blah. And then Lance Archer gets it and then gets his rub of still winning and going down. I don't think Lance Archer taking a loss because Mike Tyson interferes in any way, shape, or form makes him look bad or weaker. I think it makes it look like Cody snuck out a win and Lance Archer is going to prove it was a sneak win because Cody's fucking infallible right now. He is your bulletproof. He is John Cena 7-10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Before WrestleMania 21. He is John Cena WrestleMania 21, except he's going for the mid-card title like Cena did at 20 rather than the big title. So I agree with you. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I think it's going to be flipped, and Mike Tyson being the variable is why it won't make Lance Archer look any weaker.
And since we're comparing WrestleManias, Tyson's going to rip off his shirt this weekend. It's going to say WWF.
I would fucking cry laughing if that happened. Next match is the Women's World Championship match. Nyla Rose defending her title against Hikaru Shida. Nick, you're kicking this one off.
All right, I've got Hikaru Shida by pinfall.
Oh, yes.
5 kendo stick strikes, 5 aerial moves, and a wrestler will bleed. Will bleed.
Z.
I
They both bleed.
I have Shida winning by pinfall. 3 kendo strikes. Let's go 5 aerial moves and no. Okay, so is this match like an ODQ match or anything?
It is an ODQ match.
It is an ODQ match. So yes, wrestler will probably bleed. And we're gonna change the kendo stick strikes to 10.
All right. Smitty.
Well, what I said earlier was, yeah, they both technically do bleed. Maybe not during the match, but
do they? Do they? Do they? Really? Do they? I don't know if they do. I think we're getting into sexual technicality.
That needs to be on the next scorecard.
Hey,
I'm
hold
not
on.
sure if both of these wrestlers already bleed, Smitty. One of them for sure does. Once a month.
I can for sure say in the other women's match, only one of them bleeds. But I cannot say that, in this match. I don't really know. I don't care to find out either.
Fair enough.
Nick, unmute yourself and read our disclaimer, please.
He doesn't even have the shirt pulled up. Nick,
I really don't, but I don't know if I could.
Nick, that's something you need to have is that you have one of your devices just have to have the shirts. Or I'll just send you the photos of them so you can just have the photos ready to
Perfect.
go.
I'll have it ready
around.
Yeah. All right, Smitty, go ahead.
I have Hikaru Shida winning by pinfall. 7 kendo stick strikes, 4 aerial moves, and no to a wrestler bleeding.
All right. Nick, you started this one, right? Yes. I have Hikaru Shida taking the title off of Nyla Rose by pinfall. 9 kendo sticks, 5 aerial moves, and yes, one of these wrestlers definitely bleeds. At least one.
At least one.
Right. Smitty, someone using the bathroom again?
Someone just left the room.
No one had Nyla Rose to win this, right? If I'm not mistaken. Nobody paid. So, Nick, I want to start off with you. Why are you positive, or at least in your thought process, that this belt is coming off of the native beast, Nyla Rose?
Well, I mean, she's had it for a while, and they've been pushing Sheeta as to be one of these, elite women's competitors, and she's gotten a few pretty good wins every now and again. I just think it's her time. I do. I like her in the ring too. I think she's great, and I just think it makes sense.
All right, Smitty.
I feel like it's she just sound like Nick said. Then also like throughout the Dynamites and Darks leading up to all of this, they've been setting up kind of a feud between Baker and Sheeta somewhere down the line. So that title kind of the title on Sheeta kind of amplifies that.
Okay. Next match and the final match on the AEW card is Jon Moxley versus Brody Lee for the AEW World Championship. Just a regular singles match. Z, you kick this one off.
Why do I always get stuck with the hardest matches to fucking pick? Fuck you
think
guys.
This one's hard? I think this one's pretty easy.
I don't know. I mean, I want to say Brody Lee's going to win this match. I really do.
Okay.
So I'm going to. Brody Lee is going to win this match. But Brody Lee is going to win this match by pinfall. There will be, I don't know, 8 near falls.
8?
No. 12. 12 near falls.
12? Wow. Nick's going for a walk.
Match time in minutes. So the whole point, I was just listening to Brody Lee's interview on Busted Open the other day, and the whole point of this little, of him coming to AEW was to get a chance to show what he can actually do in the ring. So I'm going to say this match goes about 35 minutes. Let's go 32 minutes. And the Dark Order will attack. Yeah, there we go. All of that.
All right.
That sounds.
So give me a full rundown without the figuring out as you
go. All right, Brody Lee by pinfall with 12 near falls, 32-minute match time, and yes, the Dark Order will attack.
All right, Smitty.
I have Jon Moxley retaining the AEW World Heavyweight Championship by pinfall, 6 near falls, 24-minute match time, and yes to a Dark Order attack. Because it says anytime, not within the match. It could be before or after.
Mm-hmm. Nick.
I've got Jon Moxley retaining by pinfall, 7 near falls, and a 21-minute match time with the Dark Order attacking.
All right. I have Jon Moxley retaining as well by pinfall. I only have 3 near falls because I figured this is just going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight, and it's not going to be a fake fall fest. 21 minutes for the match time. Yes, for the Dark Order to attack at any time. Z, why do you feel so? Because of the Busted Open interview and everything, that's why you're thinking Brody Lee's going over?
No, I don't. I think that's why the match would go longer, to give him an opportunity to do more. Plus, I mean, him and Mox used to tag together, so they know each other pretty well, so they should be able to put together a really good match. I think Brody Lee's going over because at this point, who does Mox have to feud with other outside of the inner circle? Like, and he's undefeated this year, so I mean, Brody goes over and they continue the feud. Like you have a little bit of a run of Moxley and Brody Lee headlining a couple pay-per-views for the belt, and have. I mean, I'm not saying like WWE 2007, like here you get the belt for a week, and then you get the belt for a week, and then you get the belt for a week. But you might see Brody win, hold it till the next pay-per-view or whatever, 2 months, 3 months, and then Moxley wins it back, so on and so forth. So yeah, I mean, I just think they're gonna invest some time into the storyline of these 2 characters, so in order to do that, I just feel they got to take the belt off Mox and give him another reason to be pissed at Brody.
All right. Smitty, why do you think Mox is going to retain? Jesus.
I just don't think it's time for him to lose the belt yet. Just plain and simple.
You know, it's really easy to have a podcast when people don't explain their answers. Unscheduled appearances is final for this one. Smitty, you're going to be leading this one off.
Fuck. Now, this is the one I actually filled out really quickly. Because the reason I came up with some of these picks is like the way AEW's been doing their empty arena shows. They've been filling in wrestlers in the crowd.
Yeah.
So, also, what Kip Sabian being on there, that's what two of my people came from. So I have Penelope Ford, Jimmy Havoc, Austin Gunn, Billy Gunn, and Sonny Kiss.
Billy Gunn doesn't count.
But Billy Gunn doesn't count. I can go with Shauna.
All right. Nick.
It did not save my picks, but I had Pineapple Pete, Austin Gunn, Riho, because I think she might come back and get involved in this Nyla Rose match, Penelope Ford, and who was the other one? I'll put Sonny Kiss as well. That's a good one.
All right. Z.
Pineapple Pete, Sonny Kiss. Fuck. What were some of the other ones you guys were saying before? Oh, fuck. Diamond Dallas Page.
He counts, yeah. He's not a trainer there.
Shit. So Dustin's in a match. Does Vanguard 1 count?
No.
Vanguard
Plus
1
he's
is dead.
Well, right. What if I put Vanguard 2?
Still,
Okay, no. All right. Let
If
me
Pharaoh
get.
counts.
I don't fucking know.
Jesus, guys.
I'm sorry. I don't know people in AEW like I do in WWE. So
Neither do I. I just did research.
yeah, no, I don't read. Remember? Fuck. Tully Blanchard. Does that
He's a
count?
manager.
He's but yeah, that's fine. He counts.
Okay, Tully Blanchard and Iron Mike Tyson. No, that
He's scheduled.
Automatically.
no,
Do you not know
no
what's
shit.
scheduled?
I know what it means. I'm trying to be funny, but apparently I'm not.
Well, you're taking forever, so it doesn't sound funny.
No, I'm
Michael,
sorry.
tell him doesn't count.
I don't know how else to fucking pick. Zack Ryder. Well, what's his name? Matt Cardona.
You can do it. You could, yeah, you can put it on there. So, what are your 5?
I have Zack Ryder, Tully Blanchard, DDP.
Tully doesn't count. Tully's a manager, valet.
But he's not on the card.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Read what it says on scheduled appearances. Backstage appearances, live appearances only. No match promo videos of pre-show panel guests. No authority figures, trainers, referees, or announcers, managers, valets.
Yeah, on the scorecard, idiot. That's why you're always able to get Heyman if he's not listed with Brock Lesnar. How are you arguing rules that have never changed?
Oh, he said this on scorecard.
Yeah, I know. That's what I just said. God, all right, continue, Z. Sorry.
Sonny Kiss and Pineapple Peter.
All right, so you have Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona, DDP, Tully Blanchard, Sonny Kiss, and Pineapple Pete.
Yeah, and this time I'm gonna save my scorecard. Yay, it's saved.
I'll take Sean off and put Suge D as well.
What?
Pineapple's Pete, actual name is Suge D.
Oh, okay. I have Big Swole, Austin Gunn, Dash Wilder, Scott Dawson, and Penelope Ford. those are my unscheduled appearances. All right, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go to ProWrestlingScorecards.com. Follow them on Twitter at PWScorecards. You guys can get your own AEW Double or Nothing pick sheet, prediction scorecard. If you go to ProWrestlingScorecards.com, it will give you the option to sign up for the beta. You can become a digital. Who the fuck has a dog barking?
Me, sorry. Mute.
You can go to ProWrestlingScorecards.com. If you click sign up for a digital beta, it will take you to the digital beta, and then you can join any of these, see what you're doing against all of the factions that are on Pro Wrestling Scorecards, see how well you are doing. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go take a look right now just to see what we got going on for the Pro Wrestling Scorecard community for Double or Nothing. Currently, it only has number 1. So it's not saying the exact number of people that are involved.
29.
It looks. Where do you see that?
Under PWS community progress, 1 of 29.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're doing. All right. All right. Yeah. So you go out there. So far, we got 29 people and everything. Fill it out. Have a whole bunch of fun with this. Take care of it. Bottom line is what we got going on for us here at BDR. I forgot who we were. With the Money in the Bank being the first one, Smitty's in the lead with 101 points. Z is next with 96. I am in third place with 92. Joe has 86, and Nick, the pimp hand, Konik 19, has 81, bringing up the rear. But anything's possible in this one because there's a lot of extras and things like that with this. So we'll see what we're doing for Double or Nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Again, go to ProWrestlingScorecards.com, at PW Scorecards, Facebook.com/PW Scorecards. Get your own scorecard. Tune in Sunday to hear us talk about the end of the – that one's Z for sure. Tune in Sunday to hear us talk about the end of the second season for Dark Side of the Ring, the Owen Hart, which got the most viewers of any Dark Side of the Ring first or second season, obviously propelling them into everything. So we'll talk a lot about that. We'll talk the Double or Nothing finale, the finish of the Double or Nothing pay-per-view, and more on Sunday. We are your ring crew.
Mr. Smith Kishi.
Go Nick 19.
Still just Z.
And me, the almighty one, Mikey himself. Folks, thank you so much for listening. We are out.